Hey everyone, Lensman here and welcome to another episode of Factorio. So I've been, as always, busy in between episodes. I've got the start of making some rails here. I figured we are probably going to need to create trains at some point, and mainly because our areas here of ores are really starting to dry up. So there's sapphirite and stereotype. This stereotype here only has 21,000 left in it. So we are going to need to expand out, and I was thinking of maybe making like a satellite base somewhere up here, mainly because, I'm saying mainly a lot, sorry, because of all these different patches of ore. Now these are all infinite ore patches, but the downside to them is that they require different acids in the mines. So same as we had. Yeah, same as maybe I haven't used them yet. Yeah, depending on the ore, depends on whether you need to have an acid. I think in the base game when you're using uranium, maybe, or something. I don't know. Or there's one ore where apparently you need acids, but that's fine. We have quarries and stuff to do that, but to get what I need, let's just quickly run over here. This one might be able to tell us. Just finished titanium processing too, because that's something I'm going to need. It's all sapphirite. See, this here has a finite number. It's 933, 780, etc., etc. Whereas if you come over to this, we've got infinite crotinium, and that requires 1 hydrochloric acid per mining operation. Same with the infinite stereotype, 1 sulfuric acid. So we're going to need to make a bunch of acids, which we're going to get from our oil and gas processing. But we're going to need to make a bunch of them before we can get any further really in that process. Now, last episode, it's pointed out that I'm kind of struggling for resources. Now, I'm not at the moment, but I've done a bunch of work, and you're going to see this. This really is spaghetti, and it's something else that it's part of the other reason I want to move the base, or move at least the resource collection, and then simplify the front end of the base here. I've gone and created probably a bunch of stuff, and I'm not going to remember everything that I've created because I've done quite a lot. So if you come down into this one here, there's now no longer which one's this? This one is sapphirite, so the stereotype is no longer being used, but I am crushing sapphirite because I was short on iron. It's the only reason I'm still running that process, and that's because this process in here is very slow. Even with the extra set, it's still very slow, but this does produce all these different materials, and they are getting shipped out and sent to the right places where they're being used. Now, this also is a split off of titanium. So titanium gets turned into titanium tetrachloride with chlorine and carbon, and then gets turned into titanium sponge, into ingots, into plates, etc., etc., and ejected out down the belt. This one here, we are producing the N4 material chunk, because that is one of the offshoots in here. Let's just head down this belt. That's something I'm going to process a little bit later. Not much else in terms of this. I have made a few changes here and there. We've got this ore crusher here crushing up slag into a crushed stone, because this ran out of stone. This ran out of crushed stone to make the mineralized water for this algae farm. So I have added that in. It does use a little bit of the slag, which is good, you know, because generally we are backed up on slag. It does use a bit of that to turn into our mineralized water. In terms of that, I'm pretty sure this was on the previous episode. If not, this is just turning crushed stone into the slag slurry. In here, nothing much changed. No, that's still running as normal. This is very, very busy. Now, this is something else I have changed. I have converted steel production from being in the furnaces to being in this process. So it still requires basically the same stuff. Still iron ore, still coal, and it turns it into, so what is it? 24 iron ore into 24 iron ingots. Okay, standard sort of stuff. It then puts them in here and combines them with oxygen to make steel ingots. So 24 iron ingots makes 6 steel ingots. So I don't think we're really gaining anything, because I think it's, I want to say it's 8 to 1. 8 to 1 to make steel plates. Maybe we are. Maybe we are gaining. So it would be 32 for 4 plates. So we are gaining a little bit. So yeah, then we're dropping that in here and turning that into molten steel, 12 steel, molten steel, etc., etc. And then it's basically 40 molten steel, so 10 liquid for 1 plate. And I'm producing that. This one is generally keeping up. This is only a casting machine 1 too. The system itself isn't keeping up. The blast furnace we could probably do with putting a level 2 blast furnace in. Maybe that would keep up a bit faster. Let's look here. That'd be on this tab. Blast furnace mark 2. I just need some iron. Some iron plates. Probably do that. Let's just jump out here, because I should have my chest here. Let's grab some iron plates. Because there's no point in waiting around for steel. Now, as you can see, I've made spaghetti again. Lots of belts and stuff heading up this way. The furnaces are gone, but I still used the same split off system, or the same area. So got a few stacks of steel, got a few stacks of iron too, which is great. Tin's fine. Lead is really backed up. Glass is about half full. Nickel is about half full. And we now have silos down. Oops, if I don't get stuck on the cliff. Let's just quickly fix up with this. Plop. Hopefully that'll be a little bit faster, maybe. I think we're just restricted on the ore coming in now, and that's fine. Still getting steel, not too much hassle. Where was I going with what I was saying before? Iron stuff's getting confused. We still have, no, we've got silos for stuff now. So this is bronze plate, this is brass plate, this is gold, and this is titanium. So as I said, I've got one lot of titanium processing, which is the Bob's titanium, but I've just finished doing this titanium processing, which I'm not sure what it does with in terms of the system. It does unlock a bunch of stuff, like a lot of research. You can see all the way through here, there's a lot that stems off this titanium research. So it gives us titanium gear wheels and ball bearings and pipes and chests and axes, etc. And again, leads into a lot of different things. So that's cool. It was one that I definitely needed to unlock to continue on my process. So let's look at something else new, maybe. I'm kind of running through this bottom area just to get rid of the smaller costing ones. This is something from Angel's bioprocessing, as you can see from the tooltip there. It's some sort of animals that give meat. I don't think I'll get into how this works. It's all part of the bioprocessing. I think at the moment I'm kind of just doing the research just to do it, you know, so to speak. Let's do the circuit network. Anything's possible. We may end up needing it. Coal's not doing as well as I was hoping. I'm probably going to need to find another patch or put some faster mining drills in, because these are mining speed of 0.5. What do I have? These ones are 0.75 and they do 7/7. So maybe I've got 9 of them. Maybe doing... that one's already got one. Okay, so these are already 0.75s, yeah. So maybe that'll give us some more. A little bit quicker anyway. So processes down here. The aluminium is now here. It was all higgledy-piggledy manually down here before. So aluminium's now here, and kind of is limited by the aluminium ore coming in and the sodium hydroxide. I have this one still pulling aluminium, cobalt, and whatever this one is, and splitting it out to its respective areas. Now, I have this one in the middle currently doing gold and what's the other one here? Tungsten. So I don't have a setup for tungsten yet. And this one's still doing the iron and copper, because I had that doing that only just because this had nothing going into it. So we weren't producing some of the materials I needed. But now that I've rechanged this one over to processing again, I think I could probably turn that one off and it wouldn't be a big issue. I've also found that you can pick up the factory buildings and keep everything inside without losing it. So it'll pick up and replace somewhere else without you having to destroy everything internally. Let's see, modular armor. No. Armor crafting, tanks, flight. Let's do this one, because this is going to unlock our nanobots and roboports, I should say, or logistics robots. Let's do this. Flight will be good. So gold is required for the next thing I want to do in this episode. Just to finish off what I've done in between, there are a few changes here and there to some of the machinery up here. I've put in an extra one making more oxygen. I've put in, upgraded some of the electrolyzers and changed a little bit around. Nothing too amazing. I've turned this off for the moment because I was just making tons of this green stuff and I'm not using it yet. But in terms of that, these are almost done. This ore patch is almost out, so I can probably get rid of all of that. And I have a second ore patch, which I'm pretty sure I showed in the last episode, which is all the way, can't zoom out far enough, all the way out there. I've got a few drills up here that need to be upgraded too. So it is out here. I've just basically started. See, the robot's about to run out as well. So, as I said, I've started doing things in terms of making some railway engines and carriages so that we can start getting into rail. But one last thing before I do that, and the base is really starting to come along. I'm going to need to bring this gold all the way down because I need to make. Where is it? Which tabs it on? One of these tabs. These. I want to get into the circuit boards because this is a kind of an upgrades system. So in most of these machines, for example, we've got these module slots. So to make these modules, I actually need to research the bits and pieces, but I do need gold. So hence why I set up a basic gold system. I don't think I need titanium, but it probably wouldn't hurt to run it down as well, just in the off chance that we do need it. So let's do this, and let's bring that to there maybe, and then okay. This is going to take me a lot of belts, and that's where we start having issues. I'm out of belts. That's where we start having issues. Let's see, belts are made. Transport belts. Belts are made back a bit. $200 belts. Keep me going for a little. Now the debate obviously is, do I make a couple of red undergrounds? We can do that. Maybe these other ones can go around. These red undergrounds should make that distance. We should be able to continue on. So let's go like so. Otherwise I'll bring them around. Let's bring you up. Okay, I'm going to. I've got them here. Let's try this. Ooh, it's not going to work for this one. That's fine. Let's bring it. Wrong button. Let's bring it down. And we will bring it all the way down here. Okay, you guys have seen me build belts. Give me a few minutes. I'll get this up to where we need it, which is up near the end of the belt where I started, and I'll be back once that's done. Alright, belts are up here. I've chewed through a lot of belts actually, but they're here and in the area that I'm going to start using the materials, well, a couple of them anyway. Eventually I will tee them back up and join them back into the bus up here. But for the moment, I'm going to take that because it'll give me some belts too. Let's look at making these modules. Now the modules themselves here are going to require, so to make a speed circuit board, yes, a speed circuit board is going to require a basic module board. Basic module board requires a phenolic, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, board, copper, tin and ferric chloride. These will require this other stuff, which is why I brought gold up eventually. So let's get into doing these. So module main board, phenic board. Yeah, so we're going to need this one here. We do have ferric chloride here, and we're using that to make the other, these here, the circuit boards. It's kind of the same recipe. We just need to select a different recipe. It sounds funny. It's the same recipe, but it's different. Interestingly, we should be able to take these items from this system here, but I need to wrap my head around what the best way of doing this without destroying our little setup. So I could do something like this, where we've got the underground thing and pull the items out. I could try and get, you know, long-handled inserters or something. I don't know whether that reach. We could probably do a little system where we have that into another belt, or I could try and do a split like this, like these things. So give me a moment. I'll split these and get them out here, because we're going to need all of these items. So once I get that done, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm really waiting for this flight thing to happen. That definitely will help us if we start doing construction robots, repair and build. I really want to get into the logistics robots. It's going to come in handy a lot, but I'm not sure how far before I get to that. Logistics robots. Okay, let's start it doing it anyway. Okay, I came up with this contraption, slightly offset because of this. It's growing on me. So we got our items down here now. The thing that we can do with this is we'll start with making the basic module boards, because we're going to need them, and we're going to have to handcraft the first few. Ooh, excuse me. So we can unlock the research to do this basically. So let's grab one of these little guys. Now let's plop him here. No, that's too close. Go in one. Now I want to be able to get the green stuff So the tin, yeah, I'll probably change these to blue actually, but that's fine. So I want to change this one to being a long reach, and this one itself to probably do them both long reaches. Unfortunately, we're not going to get it to make it into here because these are too small. So 2.25 crafting speed, 0.75, 1.25. These are better, but I've just got to get the item into it. I don't know if I can. I'll do that. Well, maybe. So I want you to make this. Let's give it some power, because it's also going to need the ferric chloride, which is here. Alright, let's do this. And so much of me wants to just bring it to here. Rotate that guy around. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Right, you and you, ferric chloride, done. Okay, I'm also going to need, that would have been a great place for power. One there and, you know, one here. Let's get rid of that guy. Oh boy. So these ones can go straight past, but this one here will need to like go under. We can extend this sitting out. I can copy paste this, and that will give us the ability to make more of these items. So that is working. This guy is putting it into this, and we're getting basic module boards. So from one phenolic board, one copper plate and one tin plate, we are getting 4 basic module boards. Okay, so if I grab these guys, I can then make these guys. So if we just quickly look in here, to make the speed module, we actually need to give it 25 speed circuit boards into our research system. So I'm going to need at least 25 of these to turn them into the blue ones. So let's try this. Probably, hopefully it's using all the stuff I've got. Okay, we are making the blue ones. It's a little slow. Durability 1 of 1. So this is going to take a couple of minutes to build up. And again, I'll be able to make each of these, and we're probably going to need them to be placed. I don't know. Again, this is potentially the only time we're going to need to do this, but I'm not sure how much research requires these modules. So if we just have a quick scroll, there's a few here, but there's not a heap. So I'm thinking that perhaps it's just something I'm going to manually craft for the moment, which it's going to take a while. Let's head on up here. I'm glad I've got that concrete underneath. If I... No, see, there must be another way of using these things for research. Let's open FNEI. And let's look here. Click on him and go usage. Ah. So I need to make... That is a modules lab. So I'm going to need 5 blue, 5 green, 5 pink. And that will allow me to make the modules lab. This here, oh there, look at this. This makes the speed module. You can see to make the speed module we're going to need all this stuff. These are just made in normal crafting machines. So I guess to make the lab module we're going to need to do this. So let's let's run on down. Now what did it say? It said I needed 5 of each, right? So how much inventory do I have? Too much. Got way too much. What can I get rid of? Probably not a heap. Oh, you know what? You can have them. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need them at the moment. Can I make... Probably not going to be able to dump all of these items in anything, so let's... I can't even make a chest. Make a chest. There we go. Let's just plop a chest down. For the moment, I'm just going to put the copper and the titanium and tin. Okay, so let's make... So it was these ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what do I need? An electronic component, so I can just go pop. 5. So I'm also going to need a lab. Do I have the materials for a lab? No, I don't. Ah, the modules lab. Here we go. See? So I need to make some labs. I'm going to need basic circuit boards and iron gear wheels, or copper and tin. Copper and iron, I should say. So basic circuit boards. And iron plates. Or I can grab some gear wheels. Oops, I don't have enough material. Enough room in my inventory. I'm not gonna have enough for this either. Can't place the stone down. So much of me just wants to drop it in something. And can you have that? Thanks. Yeah, let's get stuck on a box. No, let's run all the way back down here. Hopefully, I can make at least one modules lab. Believe it's crafted? Yes, it's crafted. Excellent. So as you can see, using these and these things, we're going to be able to make each of these materials. So let's grab this guy. As I said before, we can do this. So let's make the speed module. It's going to require 25 speed circuit boards, and it's going to give us a speed module 1. So let's go research, and there's 23. I do need 2 more. I can do 1. Okay, so just the same as any other research requires this. Now, I'm guessing that once this is done and we've researched it, I can then craft them. So I'm going to need a module case and module contacts and module mainboards to craft them. So let's look into them. So module case is just plastic bars and aluminium plates. So we've got aluminium plates here. Plastic we should be able to get. Copper and gold plates for the contacts. And the same stuff that we're using here to make the next bit, the main board. So plastic bars. Look at that. So we have plastic bars right here. So instead of trying to take it out of the bus anywhere else, we've got copper. We've got, it's about everything we need. Copper plates, yep. Yeah, we just need to bring this plastic down. And we've got everything, so I can do that quite simply by doing this. And we'll just split this guy off. and bring it down. Oh, so close. Alright, let's get rid of that iron in there. But yeah, we can bring the plastic down and we'll be able to make just about anything. Okay, so to make these guys, we can craft some by hand. What can you be made in? Can you only be made by hand? I'm hoping it's just like a regular. Let's see if it can be made one of these. Let's plop him down and say, right, what can you make? You can make the main board. Okay, so you can only do the main board or these guys, so that's fine. So, no worries, we'll need to do another one of these setups, which I can do. I'll just plop it down here once this guy's finished. And do I need to use this maybe? Yes, so this is how we can make the other things. The module case and the module contact can be made in a regular assembly machine, which I've got level 3 versions here. So let's make module case here. So it's going to need the plastic and this, so we can bring it down and go input, and this guy here can come out there. Like so. Right, things are on their way through. So we can make, just got to give it some power. There we go. I can go. Oh, that's not the button I wanted. Why did I push that? And why did it mine so quick? Sheesh. Like powerhouse. Whoop, gone. You can go there. Alright, so modules. We can now make module cases. And then I'll need to bring the other materials down to make this. So copper and gold. So we'll do that in that. Copper here. Gold here, so let's go bring like that and like that. Oops, wrong way. Awesome. Again with the spaghetti. Contacts. Awesome. So we now have 2 of the parts, and then the rest can be made once we get our research, which is about to happen. The rest can be made in one of their little red guys. With these bits. Speed module is finished. So we now have, as I said, the ability to make a speed module. Potentially, what I might do is just select something else for the moment. And what range? Modular roboports. Robo chests. Interesting. Construction robots. Oh, very nice. Rebuild it is. Right, so we got our stuff here. This now shows construction robots here, but this isn't going to help towards this. Alright. We are getting there. We are getting there quite slowly, but we're getting there. So next, I think probably in between episodes, I'll go through and I'll research all of these that I can, so to speak, the bits and pieces. And I'm going to need to place down these guys, so you know, like the blue, the red, the green, that sort of thing. Blue, green, purple, I should say. So you'll be blue, you'll be green, you'll be purple, and it'll require this sort of setup from each of these, and it'll also require them. But that's easily done. We can quite effectively do this. Run a belt that way, coming out like that. Yeah, boards on the thing like this. Nice. So I'll go ahead and I'll make this setup up. This doesn't require oil or anything, that's fine. Get these guys going, and then we can feed these and these into the modules, basically making a module. Because this, let's just try this. Let's grab a couple of them. And one more. Oh, I need main boards, so I need to put these two into main boards. Now I need to make another one of those red guys. She needs more iron. So yeah, I need to do this setup for the main boards, so just a little bit of iron. I do realise I'm probably starting to go over on my episode length, and I hope you're fine with that. Just grab one more of them. Yeah, you do need basic module boards to make the things themselves. We are going to need. Oh, should I just make another one? Oops. I need one of these guys. Same as before. 1, 2, 3. That. Nice. Power. You actually need to go like that. You need to be told make M. Ooh. Construction robots finished. Very nice. I just need to bring the ferric chloride down. Okay, we're now making module boards. If I pick this up, I can make a speed module. This will be the very first speed module. Should I put it in this? We've made a speed module. Speed plus 20%, energy consumption plus 10. That's actually really not that bad. Really not that bad. So I'm going to play around with this in between episodes. I need some more wood and some more copper. Make some more power poles next. For, you know what? I don't know. There's so many things I can do here. Fluid wagon, yeah, we're going to need that. Fast loaders. So this is from Loader Redux. I think that's slightly different to the loaders I've got. I've got mini loaders. These are the bigger loaders. Mining robots. So this is another mod that has been added, and it's using robots to mine. I thought this would be a cool little idea, so I wanted to give it a look-see. Maybe we can automate production of them and get them mining those areas up there instead of having to build quarries everywhere, or mining drills. Alright, I've rambled enough. Thank you all for watching. Please leave those comments down below. I hope you come back and join me next time. See yous.